We've all had weird dreams. Those are common enough. But how about a dream where a saint solves your problems? Today we'll explore 3 remarkable stories where Padre Pio did just that. Stay tuned. Welcome to Following Padre Pio. We're grateful to all those who quietly helped this apostolate continue reaching souls through Padre Pio's spiritual legacy. Today's story may touch your heart in ways you do not expect. Today I want to share with you 3 remarkable stories about how Padre Pio appeared in the dreams of ordinary people, offering advice that changed their lives. These stories come from 2 different sources. The Padre Saint Pio of Petrelcina, His Mission to Save Souls by Father Marcellino Iasanzaniro, and Pray, Hope, and Don't Worry, True Stories of Padre Pio by Diane Allen. Dreams are often a mess, and I'm sure most of us don't give them much weight. The Church also teaches us to be prudent about extraordinary experiences. Our faith is built on Christ and the teachings of the Church, not on private revelations. Yet, from time to time, God may permit something extraordinary to encourage a soul. What you're about to hear are accounts that many found impossible to dismiss, stories of people who became convinced that Padre Pio truly reached them while they slept. Our first story comes from a woman named Rosaria Balaco. Listen to this. One night, Rosaria dreamed that she had asked Padre Pio for advice, and in the dream, he gave her a very clear answer, one she remembered perfectly when she woke up the next morning. However, as the day went on, she began to wonder whether it had really been Padre Pio speaking to her in the dream. I mean, who wouldn't second-guess a dream, right? Since she would be going to confession in a few days, she decided not to dwell on it too much and simply ask him the same question in person, without mentioning the dream. When she finally went to confession and repeated the question, Padre Pio replied, "Didn't I already answer?" Can you imagine hearing those words? In that instant, Rosaria realized that the advice she had received in her dream had truly come from Padre Pio. Isn't that simply mind-boggling? And this wasn't an isolated case. Let me share another story, this time from a man named Probo Vaccarini, who experienced something similar. Probo had recently returned home after visiting San Giovanni Rotondo, where he had gone to confession with Padre Pio. A few days later, however, a problem arose, and he desperately needed Padre Pio's advice. Since he couldn't make another trip, that night, before falling asleep, he prayed, "Listen, Padre, I need to speak with you and get your opinion, but I can't come again. Please help me." During the night, Probo dreamed that he was once again confessing to Padre Pio. In the dream, Padre Pio gave him precise instructions on how to solve the problem. He even woke up praying the prayer that Padre Pio had assigned as his penance in the dream. The next day, Probo followed the advice, and everything turned out in the best possible way. Isn't it remarkable that, even when these people couldn't physically reach Padre Pio, he somehow found a way to reach them? Perhaps some of you are facing a decision or carrying a burden that leaves you wondering what to do next. You may have prayed for guidance and felt as though heaven was silent. These stories remind us that Padre Pio's care for souls didn't end with his earthly life. Many who become protected children of Padre Pio do so because they long to place their own intentions, their families, and their daily struggles into a community of prayer. Through regular holy masses and shared intercession, they know they are not carrying those burdens alone. If your heart is being drawn to that same spiritual companionship, we invite you to learn more through the link below. Now, our first 2 stories showed Padre Pio offering personal guidance, but our final story goes even further. It comes from Andre Mandato, who received unexpected guidance from Padre Pio while facing one of the biggest decisions of his life. What followed didn't simply bring him peace of mind, it changed the course of an entire family's future. Andre wanted to provide a better future for his wife and children, so he decided to leave Italy and move to the United States. He completed all the paperwork, submitted his application for a permanent visa, and then began the difficult task of waiting. One night, Andre dreamed that Padre Pio spoke to him, saying, "Andre, your application has been rejected, but if you submit another application and choose a different sponsor, it will be accepted." When he woke up, Andre couldn't stop thinking about those words. Could the dream really have been true? Later that afternoon, he received the news that his application had indeed been rejected. Remembering Padre Pio's advice, he chose a new sponsor, submitted a second application, and before long, his entire family was granted permanent visas to the United States. Now, I'd like to ask you, our dear viewers, have you ever had a dream of Padre Pio? If so, we'd love to hear about it. Please share your experiences in the comment section below, or if you prefer to keep it private, feel free to send us an email at info@followingpadrepio.org. Thank you for spending this time with us today. If this story touched your heart, please subscribe and continue journeying with us through the spiritual legacy of Padre Pio. And if you feel called to become part of our prayer family as a protected child of Padre Pio, you'll find a link below. May Our Lady and Padre Pio bless you.